Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it is my pleasure to give you all a walk around and tour of this absolutely beautiful 2023 Toyota Crown. The Toyota Crown made its debut back originally in the late 1950s as a mid-size sedan for Toyota, and it went away after 1971, 1972. But after that, there wouldn't be a full-size Toyota until 1995 with the introduction of the first generation Avalon. Now, the Crown name is back. It made its debut for 2023, and it also replaces the Avalon as Toyota's full-size sedan in Toyota's lineup. Now, the one we're taking a look at here today is the Platinum trim, which is the top-of-the-line trim level, and as you can see, this one is absolutely packed with a lot of features. You have two 12.3-inch displays. You're going to have beautiful 20-inch wheels. You have this very unique copper-looking exterior, which is called Bronze Age, with the black roof and the black hood. And overall, it just looks really, really luxurious and nice for a Toyota product. With that being said, a huge thank you to Brandon Thomas Mitsubishi, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see, this is going to be your traditional Toyota key fob. You're going to have all your controls on this side, followed by Crown on this side here. It says Toyota Crown on it. On this side, you're going to have your lock, unlock, your trunk release, and your panic button, as well as your Toyota emblem at the very bottom. Now, starting things off here in the front, as you can see, this one being the Platinum, you are going to get a really nice looking front end here, and the grille looks really excellent as well. As you can see, it kind of gives it an aggressive look. You also have your front parking sensors on this one, and you do have your radar cruise control, so that way the vehicle will come to a stop, thus preventing you from getting into a frontal collision. And in addition to that, you do have your standard LED daytime running lights with your LED projector headlamps. Checking out these wheels and tires, we were taking a look at a set of Bridgestone Turanza EL450 tires, and these are on, if I can find the tire size here, I believe these are either 20s or 21-inch tires. These are 21-inch tires, measuring 225, 45 or 21s all the way around. Coming over to the door handle, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, which allows easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket and come to the door handle, there's a touch sensor right inside here. Put your hand in, the vehicle will unlock, and the mirrors will fold out, allowing you to jump on inside. And when you're done, close it up, tap this button here, one beep will indicate locking, and the mirrors will fold back in. The exterior color of this one is finished off in Bronze Age with the black leather interior. Coming over to the door panels, you can see you're going to have some hard touch plastic material on top. However, you do have some nicer, softer material down at the bottom. You're going to have some stitching coming across the side of the door panel. Your aluminum door handle here, two-person memory seating here. You do have your unlock and lock switches here. Your adjustments for your mirrors to fold them in and out, as well as your power mirror controls, child window lock, as well as your power windows. You have a small little storage pocket down here, as well as an area for a good-sized cup holder. Along that smart key access system, the Toyota Crown does come standard with push button ignition. Just keep the key fob in your pocket or within the vehicle itself, put your foot on the brake, and hit the button to go. Now, one of the many things about the new Crown that made its debut for the 2023 model year is that it's a full hybrid engine. So what you just heard there was the hybrid system coming to life. You will eventually hear the gas engine, but this is technically a full hybrid system, as we'll discuss under the hood. But as you can see, this vehicle does come standard with a fully leather wrapped rocking pinion power steering wheel with controls on the left as well as on the right sides. Left, we're going to have our back button, our hands-free phone and telephone, our telephone, as well as our hands-free voice. We do have our controls for our volume here, as well as our controls here for the instrument cluster. To the right side, we're going to have our cruise control settings, adaptive cruise, lane departure, and all that. Your mode button right here, as well as your seat track buttons. With that being said, we also have a fully digital display, as you can see, 12.3 inches in length with two main gauges. To the left, you're going to have your eco and charge information. To the right, you're going to have your speedometer, and right in the middle is going to be your driver information system. You also have at the bottom your coolant temperature, odometer reading, your fuel range, as well as your battery information inside of that speedometer cluster, which is going to show you how much battery power is being used up when the vehicle is currently running. Now we can cycle through a couple different screens here on the screen via the steering wheel, and they include what we're looking at here with your battery information on the right, your audio information on the left, and what's playing on it. You have this display here, which is going to show us our average MPG as well as our trip information. And when you click settings, it's going to bring up things such as our adjusted meter brightness, lane departure alert, blind spot monitoring, pre-collision system, pedestrian detection alert, rear cross traffic alert, as well as your parking sensors, and some other safety features as well. You also have your vehicle settings here, as well as your meter settings. Going into our vehicle settings here, you have your brake suggestion, dynamic radar cruise control, tire pressure warning system settings, scheduled maintenance, your oil maintenance, as well as your street reminder. And as you come over to our other screen here, it's only going to show us our eco score on the far left, whereas on the right side, we're going to have that same screen from before. Coming over here, we're taking a look at another 12.3-inch display. This is going to be Toyota's infotainment system, as you can see, and it does look really, really nice. And overall, it does look quite impressive. To the left side, we're going to have our different sub-menu icons, which includes our navigation, audio, phone, vehicle settings, and general settings. Of course, since we don't have a subscription, we can't really check out the nav system in this one, but it's still pretty nice to look at just this display here to kind of let you know you have a large infotainment screen. Coming to our audio, it's going to show us what's playing right down here at the bottom. You're going to have your favorite stations right here, and on the left you're going to have your different sources as well as our favorites and tune options. You can search for your radio right here, and you have your sources, which consist of AM, FM, and Sirius XM satellite radio. Coming over here to our phone, you can add a phone to the vehicle via the Bluetooth system. We do have our vehicle settings, which includes our climate, comfort, trip information, energy flow, and vehicle alert. Starting off with our climate, you can adjust your fan speed here, fan positioning, and then your climate controls here. And then you have your options, so you can turn on and off your eco heat and cool, as well as your windshield wiper deicer. We do have our comfort, which is going to allow you to turn on and off the heated and ventilated seat functions for the front and front passenger, as well as your heated steering wheel. You can also put it on auto, so that way it will automatically come on every time you turn the vehicle on. Trip information is going to give us our average fuel economy, average current speed, as well as our trip duration. You even have a graph of showing that information right there on the right. You also have your history, which is going to show us our average fuel economy. Coming to our energy flow, it's going to give us our information and seeing where that energy is being flowed to throughout the vehicle. You have the hybrid system inside of the engine bay. That's going to be flowing into the suspension and everything, and where that power is going to be distributed. And then any vehicle alerts, as you can see, which it does include some things here that will need to be taken care of eventually. And then last but not least, our actual settings here, which includes our profile, which in this case, we are a guest. We do have my settings here, which includes personal info, Bluetooth and devices, general, notifications, Wi-Fi, sound and media, display, our voice and search. And then in regards to the vehicle settings itself, it has your vehicle customization, dealer information, info and security, software update, as well as apps. Going back to the top here, we're going to go to specifically our general settings to start things off. We have our accessibility, which we can turn on and off our screen beep, as well as adjust our sensitivity. Date and time, we can adjust the time zone, time, as well as daylight savings and format. Your keyboard here, as well as your language and units. You do have your display, which you can adjust the display itself for the screen, your different modes, as well as your brightness and contrast adjustments. You also do have your sound and media, which is going to allow you to adjust your auto sound levelizer, and it's going to allow you to adjust for different things that you'll be using in the vehicle, which includes your phone, receive volume, as well as new messages, and then your system. Sound tune is going to allow you to adjust your treble, mid-range, and bass. You have your balance and fade, which is going to be basically your speed volume compensation. And then your media here is going to be for your Grace Note display cover art. Pretty cool stuff to see. And then sources here is going to be for your radio, so you can display all that information, or you can turn that off. And then your Grace Note database. And then Sirius XM is going to be at the very bottom. And so with that being said, that's going to wrap it up here for the infotainment system portion of the Toyota Crown Platinum. But we're not done just yet, because this vehicle does come standard with a automatic transmission, or I should say actually a CVT. You put the vehicle into reverse, you get a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. What I also like about this system is that you have these little markers here that tell you how close you are to a particular obstacle in the back, which is very cool. You also have a 360 camera here in the vehicle as well. Basically, it's going to kind of squinge in the camera quality a little bit, and it's going to widen itself out. I'm surprised in the reverse camera system we don't have the bird's eye view, since it's the top of the line platinum trim. Coming down here, we do have our volume knob in the middle there, followed by our hazard light button, and then following down here, we do have our climate control functions. You can adjust your fan, your temperatures. You have your dual zone setup for that. Front and rear defrost, heated and ventilated seats for the front and front passenger. Your fan positioning here, recycling, sync, and all that stuff. Wireless phone charging pad here. This is a key wireless charger. This will be illuminated in orange when it's in use, and it does work really well. You have also 2 USB-C ports to the side of that. You have your CVT transmission. You have your drive mode selector here, charge control off switch, brake hold right there, as well as electronic parking brake, as well as 2 cup holders. Come over to our drive mode. It's going to bring us back up to our gauge cluster, and you have several ones to choose from, including Comfort, Eco. You also have Custom, Sport Plus, Sport S, or Standard Sport, and then Normal mode. Pretty cool. And then come over here to a glove compartment. You have a good amount of storage space inside. You have this upper piece up here, although it is thin and small. You can probably put small change and stuff like that in there. And then you have a good amount of storage space inside with a USB outlet and a traditional outlet next to it. The seats themselves in the Crown are superbly comfortable, and probably one of the best seats I've sit in a Toyota, to be frank. And so as you can see, I like the way that it's positioned. I like the way that how it's put together. Love the side bolsters. Love the accenting on the sides of the seats here, which do look really nice and add some good attention to detail. You have some piping on the sides as well, which are really nice, as well as on top of the headrest. So overall, in general, I'm in love with the seats, as you can see, as it looks really, really impressive in here. Coming to our glove compartment, we have a good size storage area here. It is lined with felt and dampened but not lined with felt. We do have some of that bronze aluminum trim right here, as well as some hard touch or kind of soft touch material here, although it's more of a plastic material. We do have our mirror here with our garage home link. We do have our controls here for our overhead lights, as well as our sunroof for the vehicle. We do have our visor here with a small mirror, as well as an LED light. And as we come over to the left side here, we do have our gauge dimmer switches, headlight controls, our gauge dimmer switches here, odo trip meter here. This is to turn on and off your lights, and this right here is going to be for, I believe, your wipers. But with that being said, the new Toyota Crown, or then the new Toyota Crown, is a superbly impressive vehicle. It looks nice, and I think Toyota's done a great job with it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the 2023 Toyota Crown Platinum. And one other thing that I want to point out here, your trunk opener is here, followed by your gas tank button is right here. Coming into the back of the Toyota Crown, and sitting inside, it actually feels pretty comfortable, but as a tall individual, I do feel my head touching the headrest, the ceiling, and then my driving position is a little bit too far back. But in a sense, if this was pulled up a little bit, I could sit back here pretty comfortably. Now, since we're back here, we do have one seat pocket here. We have one seat pocket here. We do have our air vents here, 2 USB-C ports. And then over here, we do have our nice armrest here with 2 cup holders. Overall, not too shabby, but again, as someone who's a tall individual, it's going to feel a little bit tight because I do have the seat back. If I had the seat forward, I'd probably sit a little bit more comfortably inside. fuel tank. Now, one of my favorite things about the Crown is the sloped roof line that comes all the way down from the middle all the way, so from right here all the way down to the rear of the vehicle, and it kind of gives it a very unique coupe-like stance, and it also, in a way, it also gives you kind of this hatchback look. Now, since we're back here, we do have our LED taillights. This illuminates at night and it looks super cool. You have your Toyota badge, Crown spelled out across, Hybrid Max because you do have the Hybrid Max engine, and Platinum badge here, as well as rear parking sensors. Now, coming inside, you might be thinking because of the shape of the vehicle, you actually have a tremendous amount of space. Well, unfortunately, that's not the case in here. As you can see, you're looking at right around 15.2 cubic feet of cargo space, which is pretty good for a vehicle of this size. A little bit on the small side in comparison to some rivals, although most of those rivals are no longer in production anymore. You also have these pull tabs here. If you want to fold down the seats in the rear, you can do that using those pull tabs. And then, of course, you do have a cargo net right here. And underneath here, we do have our spare tire. Under the hood of the Toyota Crown, we are taking a look at Toyota's 2.4-liter turbocharged inline four-cylinder with 2 electric motors. It produces 340 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. This is going to be mated to the CVT transmission, and this one here is going to be front-wheel drive, or you can get an all-wheel drive. All right, guys, so back in the Toyota Crown, as you can see, my first time reviewing one of these vehicles here, and I have to say I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing from Toyota within the last couple of years, specifically also when it comes on to their vehicles. So last but not least, I'm going to show you guys the Maroni sticker, which I happen to have actually printed off here. So as you can see, this is not an official sticker from Toyota. This is just what I was able to find online. 2023 Toyota Crown sedan with a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder turbo hybrid engine, direct shift 6-speed auto. So I do want to apologize for saying that this is a CVT. It's actually a 6-speed with the Bronze Age exterior with the black roof and the black leather interior. As you can see, everything that you see here is going to come standard with the vehicle. This one had no options, so MSRP coming in at $52,350 and $1,095 for original shipping charge. This one here brings it up to $53,445 when it was brand new. Fuel economy for this vehicle comes in at 29 city, 32 highway, and 30 combined. But overall, I have to say, in conclusion, the new Toyota Crown is very special, and I think there's a reason why Toyota decided to bring the name back after so long, and of course at the end of the lifespan of the Toyota Avalon. With that being the case, I hope you guys enjoyed this walk around and tour of the 2023 Toyota Crown Platinum, finished off in Bronze Age with the black roof and the black leather interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next